Welcome everybody tonight here in Gayville, South Dakota. I'm Gage Ravellette. Alongside me on the computer is Tristan Nelson. We've got about 9 minutes till the match begins. Tonight's matchup will be the Gayville-Volin Raiders, #1 in the region, ranked against the #9 ranked Alcester-Hudson Cubs. As I was saying, we have 9 minutes till it begins. We'll take a look at the Raiders as they are coming into this match as the favorites. Led behind sophomore Maya Aiken, their leading hitter, million kills. From the games I've seen, she's had 1,000,000 kills. And in the back row, you have libero Taylor Hoxing, who, from the games I've watched, just seems to be everywhere. On the far side, on the near side, moving up front to make a save, or going back to make a ball that is going to land on the line. So behind these two, the Raiders have been an absolute force this season. As I pull up some more stats, behind these two, they have been a force this season, leading the Raiders to a record of 26-4. One of their big losses, I guess I shouldn't say big, but one of their big losses was against Coleman-Egan, a game I did, in fact, get to watch, where they lost 3-2, and that game made me believe and see how good this Gayville-Volin Raiders team actually is. They fought tooth and nail against Coleman-Egan, and each set was only decided by a few points each time, as they made it to set 5, and pretty much every one of those went into extra innings. Not innings, extra points. And so, as the Raiders, I mentioned earlier, are #1 in Region 4 and are the expected winners of this bracket. I guess favorites to make it to the SODAC 16. I don't see them stopping out SODAC 16. I picture them making a deep run into that state tournament and honestly placing pretty high. I would say even top 4, 3, and potentially even the championship, but there is some tough competition in the way. On to the Alcester-Hudson Cubs. Them coming into this game as the 9 seed in the region are looking kind of rough, I should say. I don't want to say they're a bad team, as they did beat Viborg-Hurley, as according to the rankings would have been an upset, 3-1, but things aren't really looking favorable for them here. They do have players who can play. They have beat some teams like Vermilion, Scotland a few times, Irene Wakanda, just as bad as Gayville-Volin's beat Irene Wakanda, and even Freeman, who it looks like they dominated, and then last night against Viborg-Hurley. So the Cubs aren't going to just play dead and roll over as the rankings and stats may show, so it should lead to a pretty good matchup tonight, and we'll have to see what happens in the next 5.5 minutes when the match starts. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with the match.
Rev up your engines. We're going to a Raiders game. Jaeger Diesel in Vermilion is there to fuel your passion to get you on the road. Tired of breakdowns slowing you down? Say goodbye to all those worries. The expert team at Jaeger Diesel will ensure your diesel runs smoother and stronger than ever. From routine maintenance to complex repairs, they have you covered. With top-notch service and unbeatable prices, you'll be on the road in no time. Jaeger Diesel, where performance meets precision. Heading out on the road or needing a quick pick-me-up? Head on over to Flatlanders in Gayville, where convenience meets quality in every aisle. Whether you're craving a snack on the go or the delicious roasted chicken, Flatlanders has you covered. From freshly brewed coffee to the ice-cold beverages, the friendly staff are there to serve you with a friendly smile and a helping hand. Swing on over to Flatlanders and experience the convenience you deserve. Flatlanders Convenience Store, your one-stop shop for everything convenient.
Wait. Toby's Lounge has wings?
Yep, wings.
I thought it was roasted chicken.
Well, yes, they still have the best roasted chicken in the universe, but they also have big, juicy, saucy wings. Only 71 cents each on both Mondays and Thursdays. Toby's Lounge also has 7-ounce burgers that have won Burger Battle. Happy hour starts every day at 5, beers for only $2. Check out tobyslounge.com or find Toby's Lounge on Facebook for all the daily specials. Toby's Lounge open 11 to 9 every day.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in South Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the SDHSAA.
Welcome back to Gayville, South Dakota. 3 minutes till the action gets started. As I kind of hinted before, this bracket for Region 4B, we'll take a quick dive into it. The number 1 seed being the hometown Gayville-Volin Raiders. On the other side of the bracket is the 2 seed Parkston. 3 seed is Menno. 4 seed is Centerville. 5 is Trip Delmont Armor. The 6 seed is Freeman. 7 seed is Freeman Academy Marion. 8 seed is Viborg-Hurley. 9 is Alcester-Hudson. 10 is Irene Wakanda. And 11 is Scotland. Now, the first half, I guess I shouldn't say first half, the first round of this region did play yesterday. We did have 3 matchups, Viborg-Hurley and Alcester-Hudson. Alcester-Hudson, of course, won that match as they play Gayville tonight. The second match was Freeman Academy Marion against Irene Wakanda. Irene Wakanda took the upset as they were the 10 seed. Freeman Academy Marion was the 7, and so they will play Parkston. 6 seed Freeman played 11 Scotland. Freeman took control of that match and won 3-0, so they will take on number 3 Menno. And the 2 teams that didn't have a first round or did not have to wait for a first round opponent is number 4 Centerville and 5 Trip Delmont Armor as they play tonight. The winner of that match, though, will play the winner of this one. According to the rankings, it should be Centerville. But regardless of who wins that one, it will be in Gayville-Volin on Thursday if the Raiders do win here. If not, then it will be at the home site of whoever wins that next one. Alcester-Hudson will have 2 away games, this one and one on Thursday if they do in fact win. So a lot of traveling for these Cubs as they look to pull off a Cinderella run into the Sodak 16. A major feat alone if they can make it. As I was saying earlier, Gayville should be able to make it to the Sweet 16 handily from what I've seen so far this season, as well as their record shows. And I'm not the only one who thinks it. If we take a look at the media polls, Gayville-Volin is receiving votes. I know in the past they have been ranked into that top 5, so they have been bumped down a little bit, but they are a well-respected team and should make it far. The clock does hit 0. We should be getting player lineups in the national anthem soon as we await Gayville-Volin to come onto the court. And here they are. So while we await the national anthem, we'll take a quick 30-second break from the Gayville. Oh, excuse me. I was wrong. We'll take a quick moment for the national anthem. We'll be back with lineups shortly after. Well played here in the Gayville-Volin gym. Now we get to the starting lineups. Hopefully the mic did pick up the national anthem and I did not leave you guys in silence. But on to the Alcester-Hudson Cubs. Starting on the far side, number 4, Jaylee Christensen, a senior setter. Number 6, Emily Winquist, a sophomore. Number 7, Emma Solberg, a sophomore middle hitter. Number 8, Bailey Clashton, a senior. Number 12, Hannah Alhart, also a senior. Number 17, Karina Polfry, also a senior and a middle hitter. And lastly, the libero, Jenna Manning, also a senior. So something I didn't mention earlier, like I was meaning to and planning on, this Alcester-Hudson Cubs team is an older team with tons of seniors on this roster. A good 60% of this team are seniors. We'll see how they sub them in and out, see if it's more of a rotation or if it is more of a solid 6. That's one thing I did write down before we started the broadcast tonight was, does Alcester-Hudson rotate their players or do they kind of stick with their main 6? If we look on the Gayville-Volin side, we do see there's a lot of rotation between players. Two that I think is kind of funny is Aliyah Dimmer and Paisley Dimmer. They seem to be sisters, same last name, but they seem to always be switching in and out with each other. They're never on the court at the same time. Aliyah Dimmer plays in the back row, Paisley Dimmer plays up front, and they just always rotate. Another girl that the Raiders like to rotate in is Kaden Bai. She seems more of a Maya Aiken. I shouldn't say younger Aiken, as Bai is a junior and Aiken's a sophomore, but she seems to be second to Aiken. Whenever Aiken's not in, it's always Bai, or sometimes they're both being together and then it's a double threat on who's gonna hit the spike over the net and who's gonna score the points. So the Raiders like to use heavy substitutions to find points during the sets. we'll have to see how Alcester-Hudson combats that as long as substitutions on their own. Onto the rosters for the Raiders. We do have number 1, Jolie Westrom. Number 3, Eliza Westrom. Number 7, Maya Aiken. Number 4, Britton Sheets. The libero, Taylor Hoxing. Number 16, Paisley Dimmer. And number 19, Caden Bai. I think I said them all. I don't think I skipped one. Apologies if I did. We'll clearly figure it out as the match starts and I call their names. So, as the ref blows the whistles and the ball is being grabbed, we should be getting underway. Aiken will be... No, excuse me. She won't be. I thought she was grabbing a ball to serve. So, Caden Bai will come out for Taylor Hoxing, the libero, as one will suspect. On the Alcester-Hudson side, their libero, Jenna Manning, comes in, and number 7, Emma Solberg, comes out. As the Cubs will be the first to serve, it will be number 4, Jaylee Christensen. As that's the freshman, Paisley Dimmer, with her first kill of the night and first point of this match. So Aliyah Dimmer back to serve for the Raiders. As that ball is hit into the net and cannot be recovered. So the Cubs will also pick up their first point. And now Aiken, with her first kill of the night, will give the Raiders a second point. You can expect much more from her, as she seems to be the leading scorer for this Raiders team. Aiken, another kill attempt is a no-go as it is blocked on the net. And now the Cubs will get a kill of their own as Jolie Westrom couldn't quite save that one. 2-2 is the score here in the first set. Now back to serve for the Cubs is number 6, Emily Winquist. And a little too much on that one as the Cubs get their second in the row and their first lead early on, 3-2. And now Caden Bai, her first piece of the action for the Raiders. And a second piece of the action for Caden Bai as she gets the block and a little tip down. And that one sails over the back. Serving for the Cubs will be number 12, Hannah Ahart. As Bai can't quite connect on that serve. Leaving the score 5-4 in favor of the Raiders. Still, Ahart, her second serve. Now I thought that one was going to go down from Westrom, but it doesn't. Nice save by Hoxing. And Aiken, just too much again, tying things up 5 apiece. Hoxing putting her body on the line for that one, can't quite make the save. As the Cubs look like they found some momentum. And that one just off the side from Jolie Westrom. The Raiders are just not able to put their kills in play to give them a chance to score. That serve is off the net. But that one is tipped. So the Raiders will get a point. Subbing out is Elia Dimmer. Subbing in is number 16, Paisley Dimmer. And now Aiken back to serve. Little fake spike by and a real spike by Dimmer to pick up a point. Excuse me, not pick up the point. The Cubs will score there. Nice save by number 12, Hannah Ahart. Westrom is blocked right at the net. So now Connie Halfcoat serving for the Cubs. And by just out the back as she turns to the ref, trying to inform him that it was tipped, but the ref not buying it. So Halfcoat serving again. Score is 6-10. Big save by the Cubs. Dimmer, another chance for a kill, and a little miscoordination from the Cubs will give the Raiders a point as Hoxing comes off and Elia Westrom comes in. The Cubs up by 3 in upsetting fashion. That one stays in from number 3, Eliza Westrom. That's why she subbed in, was to pick up points. So 8-11, Cubs still in control as that one is caught up in the net. And another point for the Cubs. So as I said before the match started, the Cubs did technically have the upset win over Viborg-Hurley yesterday. So they do have a little momentum riding on their backs from that win, and it looks like it's been carrying over to today as the Raiders almost look a little rusty with more than a few days off. As number 18, Devin Hongslow, finds the open room in the back to pick up another point for the Cubs. A timeout is called by the Raiders. We'll take one as well from the Gayville-Volin Raiders on YouTube.
Wait. Toby's Lounge has wings?
Yep, wings.
I thought it was roasted chicken.
Well, yes, they still have the best roasted chicken in the universe, but they also have big, juicy, saucy wings. Only 71 cents each on both Mondays and Thursdays. Toby's Lounge also has 7-ounce burgers that have won Burger Battle. Happy hour starts every day at 5, beers for only $2. Check out tobyslounge.com or find Toby's Lounge on Facebook for all the daily specials. Toby's Lounge open 11 to 9 every day.
And we are back with the first set. The Cubs do have the commanding lead, 13-8. The score almost seems closer than it actually is. I mean, 5 points isn't exactly close, but the Cubs have been dominating all night. And as I say that, I think I jinx them a little bit as the Raiders get that point off the errant serve. So now back for the Raiders will be Jolie Westrom serving. And as I was saying, a 4-point lead almost seems too close. The Raiders just cannot find the inbounds on their kills. A few errors and a few open gaps. Something we normally don't see from this Raiders team as they pick up another point. Maybe all I had to do was jinx the Cubs to stage this comeback. Or it was Coach Allison Jones calling a timeout and getting her team together. I'm going to choose as me jinxing the Cubs, but we'll just leave that up to you guys to decide. So 11-13 is the score as the Raiders do come marching back. Paisley Dimmer with the kill attempt. Doesn't go. Good defense from the Cubs. And that one looked like it was going to be out of bounds anyway. But number 11, Jenna Manning, quick hits it. And it won't matter as it still goes out. So the Raiders are back in this. We'll just keep it here as the Cubs coach, Vicky A. Hart, will choose to take a timeout. Tides have shifted pretty fast. But look to be a dominant underdog team coming in on the road to take control has quite quickly been brushed under the rug as the Raiders are now looking like the dominant team we expect them to be. So Jolie Westrom still back deep to serve as this one can't quite make it over the net. Substitution for the Cubs. Going out is Devin Hongslow. Coming in is number 4, Jaylee Christensen, as she will serve. As that one is hit from Eliza Westrom and goes out the back. So back to a 3-point lead for the Cubs. Westrom with the block. That one goes off the roof. Big save from number 11, Jenna Manning. And Paisley Dimmer couldn't quite get that one over the net. Maybe a little fatigue, as she did have 2 or 3 spikes just before that. Now hard hit from Westrom, Eliza Westrom, leaving the Cubs unable to return. 13-16 is the score here in this first set. Now Elia Dimmer to serve. As the Cubs are able to shut that one down. So that's Jenna Manning serving for the Cubs. And a heads-up play from Eliza Westrom to find the open gap in the defense. Nice little volley from both teams. Now Taylor Hoxing back to serve. And a little ace for the Raiders. 15-17, now the score. The Cubs still 2-point advantage. And Aiken, spike of her own, is blocked, but it doesn't matter as the ball still finds its way out of bounds after the Cubs get the block. 16-17, now a 1-point game, and that one is luckily out as Ayla Dimmer didn't know what to do right away. The Cubs will take a second timeout. We'll take one as well from the Gayville-Volin Raiders on YouTube.
Hey, it's Paula here at the Hayshed in Gayville, home of the half-pound burger and homemade onion rings. You know, there's nothing better than wrapping your mouth around a mouth-watering, big, juicy, medium, hand-pattied homemade burger. And the Hayshed in Gayville has just that burger for you. Grab some homemade onion rings or fries to go along with that mouth-watering burger. Wash it all down with that favorite beverage, and all this goodness is at the Hayshed in Gayville, where we have good friends, good food, good times, and everything is homemade.
And we are back here in the gym of Gayville-Volin as the Raiders have finally started to find some momentum behind the serves of Taylor Hoxing, as it is now tied 17-17. Reminder, it was a 5-point lead from the Cubs early on. 2 timeouts later, the Raiders seem to switch things around. And the ref will call that one in. I thought it was just out the back, but I guess the ref probably has a better angle than I do. So Aiken will get another kill and the Raiders' first lead in a long time. 18-17. And Hoxing with another ace. as this will be her 6th or 7th serve in a row, as the Raiders are now storming back, as they now lead with 2, 19-17. Aiken, this one is out. So it will be a 1-point lead. And the Cubs will get the serve back. Back to serve will be number 2, Paxton Moeller. And everyone was expecting a hard hit ball from Aiken instead of a light tap. Big heads up play from Aiken to get another point for the Raiders. Nice ace from Britton Sheets. Now this looks like the Raiders team that most people recognize. As that one goes in the net, it's still a 2-point game. 2-point set, 21-19. Number 12, Hannah Ahart for the Cubs will serve, or does serve, As Jolie Westrom will pick up a kill of her own. So 3 points to go to claim the set for the Raiders. Aiken will be the one serving. As it looked like Sheets' foot did go across the line under the net. The refs won't call it, and the Raiders will pick up another point. So Aiken just needing to keep the ball in play here for her team as they are rolling. As it looks like they'll just feed Paisley Dimmer. And feed her so, as she is scoring points. One point left to gain, 24-19. The Raiders have found their groove. Hard hit ball from the Cubs. Luckily blocked. Now Kaden Bai, hard hit ball of her own, will claim the first set for the Raiders. So what started out to be more of a disaster scenario for Gayville-Volin turns into a steamroll later on as the Raiders claim the first set. We'll take a quick intermission. I'm Gage Ravellette. Alongside me is Tristan Nelson on the computer from the Gayville-Volin Raiders on YouTube.
Rev up your engines. We're going to a Raiders game. Jaeger Diesel in Vermilion is there to fuel your passion to get you on the road. Tired of breakdowns slowing you down? Say goodbye to all those worries. The expert team at Jaeger Diesel will ensure your diesel runs smoother and stronger than ever. From routine maintenance to complex repairs, they have you covered. With top-notch service and unbeatable prices, you'll be on the road in no time. Jaeger Diesel, where performance meets precision. Heading out on the road or needing a quick pick-me-up? Head on over to Flatlanders in Gayville, where convenience meets quality in every aisle. Whether you're craving a snack on the go or the delicious roasted chicken, Flatlanders has you covered. From freshly brewed coffee to the ice-cold beverages, the friendly staff are there to serve you with a friendly smile and a helping hand. Swing on over to Flatlanders and experience the convenience you deserve. Flatlanders Convenience Store, your one-stop shop for everything convenient.
Wait. Toby's Lounge has wings?
Yep, wings.
I thought it was roasted chicken.
Well, yes, they still have the best roasted chicken in the universe, but they also have big, juicy, saucy wings. Only 71 cents each on both Mondays and Thursdays. Toby's Lounge also has 7-ounce burgers that have won Burger Battle. Happy hour starts every day at 5, beers for only $2. Check out Toby'sLounge.com or find Toby's Lounge on Facebook for all the daily specials. Toby's Lounge open 11 to 9 every day.
And we are back here for the action of the second set. The Raiders did take the first one pretty handily, 25-19. They were down 5, maybe 6 if my memory doesn't stop me, to the Cubs early on, but they did come storming back after a series of timeouts. So to start the second set will be Ayla Dimmer serving for the Raiders, and they will pick up the first point, 1-0. As Dimmer serves again, the Cubs do look to respond, but they won't respond quite yet, as Eliza Westrom will get a point for the Raiders off the block. Almost tangled up in the net there. Way to scramble. Now Aiken, another light hit. As I missed what happened there. But it doesn't matter, as it will be a third point for the Raiders. And an ace. Second ace of the set for Ayla Dimmer. 4-0. It seems like the momentum from the first set is carrying over. And the Raiders will stay in the groove that they found late last set. Hard hit ball into the net just a little bit from Aiken, but it doesn't matter as it finds its way over. Almost better off that it did hit the net. The unpredictableness found the open spot as a third ace for the older Dimmer sister, and a 6-0 run for the Raiders, as it looks like Alcester-Hudson will take a timeout. We'll take a quick break as well from the Gayville-Volin Raiders on YouTube.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in South Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the SDHSAA.
As we are back, both teams march onto the court before the clock hits 0. So Dimmer will continue her streak behind the line serving, as Hoxing just sends that one over. And a spike from the Cubs. Number 6, Emily Winquist, will finally get the Cubs on the board, stopping the 6-0 run. And now Jaylee Christensen will be the first to serve for the Cubs. As I thought that one went over the net. Excuse me, went into the net, but the ref was saying it was tipped. So the Raiders will get the point. And an unfortunate set from the Cubs as it gets a little too close to the net. There's just that awkward spot in the net, and you don't know if it's going to hit or be short. Can really screw teams up. And Aiken will get another spike off the block. Another point off the block, excuse me. So now Taylor Hoxing back to serve. The score is 9-1. Ayla Dimmer got it 6-0. And Hoxing, big kill from Aiken, making it 10-1. As I was saying, Hoxing did take her team on a run in that first set. We'll look to see if she can do it once again, and if they can go on another big run like they did from Ayla Dimmer. A little miscalculation from the Raiders will give the Cubs their second point, 10-2. Serving for the Cubs is Jenna Manning, as that one goes out of bounds on the far outside portion. So 11-3, the Raiders will pick up another point. Britton Sheets now. Nice little scramble from the Raiders. Both teams keeping this volley alive. Waiting for the other team to make an error. Big save from number 5 on the Cubs. She's not listed on my roster. This volley now becoming quite impressive And just as I say that, I almost jinx it as Caden Bai can't get that one over the net. So well-deserved point from the Cubs. As both teams kept that ball alive for quite some time. Now number 6 for the Cubs, Emily Winquist, back to serve. And Aiken blocked. And number 12, Hannah Ahart, sends that one right back at the Cubs after a missed set. Making the score 11-5. And Aiken can't quite get under that one. 11-6 now. And that one goes just long. A few Cubs tripping over themselves, it looked like. Surprised they were able to return it so well. And a nice ace from Aiken. So 13-6. Paisley Dimmer blocked right at the net. And Jolie Westrom just can't get a second attempt over. So 13-7 in favor of the Raiders. And what looked to be way out of bounds for the Raiders is unfortunately saved by the Cubs, and the Raiders will pick up another point. Paisley Dimmer put a little too much steam on that one and was bailed out. Nice dig from Aiken. And a block that gets caught up in the net. Eliza Westrom couldn't keep it over the net off the block. So the Cubs will pick up their 8th point. Trying to bring it back. Number 16, Connie Hathcote, does serve for the Cubs. And that one's blocked by Devin Hongshlow, excuse me. Big block from the Cubs. The lead is now down to 5. For context, the Raiders were up early 6-0. So the Cubs are now starting to piece some things together. We'll see if they can claw back. Julie Westrom does serve. Nice play by Eliza Westrom. 16-9 in favor of the Raiders. And that one from the back row. Aiken, little too much on that spike. 16-10. And number 8, Bailey Clashin. And a nice point from Paisley Dimmer, as she is now subbed out in favor of the older Dimmer, Ayla, who is back to serve. Now hard hit ball from Aiken. Cannot be saved. So 18-10. Dimmer with another serve. And that one quickly blocked. Eliza Westrom just can't make it through the Cubs front line. Jaylee Christensen will serve for the Cubs. As it goes into the net. And a nice gap found by Devin Hongshlow. 19-12. Just over Ayla Dimmer's head. And that one, Jolie Westrom just was a little long on that save. Could not make it there in time. Hard hit ball blocked. Almost a heads-up play from Sheets. And Aiken sends it out and over. 5-point set, 19-14. And a block that just can't get onto the Cubs side of the net will fall and give the Cubs the point. And Aiken will find the open area of the defense. So Britton Sheets serves 20-15. Aiken almost goes behind the chair. And not only does she make the save, but she makes the kill as well. 21-15 in the second set. Being forced to just put that one over the net. Raiders regroup. And Caden By just off her hand a little wrong. Big substitutions for the Cubs. Number 2, Paxton Moeller coming in, as well as number 14, Emma Moeller. Coming out was number 8, Bailey Clashchen. And number 6, Emily Winquist. Jolie Westrom blocked at the net. And unfortunately, it looked to me, number 14, Emma Moeller, sends that one out the back. So Raiders will pick up their 22nd point as Paisley Dimmer comes in for Ayla Dimmer. Aiken back serving. Only needs 3 for her team. As Paisley Dimmer will be the main girl they'll send it to. As they go right back to her. But it will be Jolie Westrom who picks up the point. Quick timeout called by the Alcester-Hudson Cubs. We'll take one as well from the Gayville-Volin Raiders on YouTube.
Wait. Toby's Lounge has wings?
Yep, wings.
I thought it was roasted chicken.
Well, yes, they still have the best roasted chicken in the universe, but they also have big, juicy, saucy wings. Only 71 cents each on both Mondays and Thursdays. Toby's Lounge also has 7-ounce burgers that have won Burger Battle. Happy hour starts every day at 5, beers for only $2. Check out tobyslounge.com or find Toby's Lounge on Facebook for all the daily specials. Toby's Lounge open 11 to 9 every day.
And we are back in Gayville, South Dakota, where the hometown Raiders do have the controlling lead, up 23-16. They only need 2 from their star, Maya Aiken, who is back to serve, to secure a second set. And that one is blocked from the Raiders, so they will be 1 point away. Now, while many have expected this, that first set was a little dramatic as the Cubs came out firing. But now the Raiders have found their groove as they take set 2, 16-25. So that is the end of the second set. It is best out of 5, so we'll play at least one more. The Raiders just need to find that momentum that they once had in the beginning of the first set. We'll take another intermission and be back with the third set of action.
Hey, it's Paula here at the Hayshed in Gayville, home of the half-pound burger and homemade onion rings. You know, there's nothing better than wrapping your mouth around a mouth-watering, big, juicy, medium, hand-pattied homemade burger. And the Hayshed in Gayville has just that burger for you. Grab some homemade onion rings or fries to go along with that mouth-watering burger. Wash it all down with that favorite beverage, and all this goodness is at the Hayshed in Gayville, where we have good friends, good food, good times, and everything is homemade.
Rev up your engines. We're going to a Raiders game. Jaeger Diesel in Vermilion is there to fuel your passion to get you on the road. Tired of breakdowns slowing you down? Say goodbye to all those worries. The expert team at Jaeger Diesel will ensure your diesel runs smoother and stronger than ever. From routine maintenance to complex repairs, they have you covered. With top-notch service and unbeatable prices, you'll be on the road in no time. Jaeger Diesel, where performance meets precision. Heading out on the road or needing a quick pick-me-up? Head on over to Flatlanders in Gayville, where convenience meets quality in every aisle. Whether you're craving a snack on the go or the delicious roasted chicken, Flatlanders has you covered. From freshly brewed coffee to the ice-cold beverages, the friendly staff are there to serve you with a friendly smile and a helping hand. Swing on over to Flatlanders and experience the convenience you deserve. Flatlanders Convenience Store, your one-stop shop for everything convenient.
And we're back with a minute left on the clock, but it won't matter. Both teams will take their places for this third set. Season on the line for the Cubs. Big set, as this one is lose and go home. The Cubs need to leave it all on the court. Number 4, Jaylee Christensen, is back to start this one off with a serve. And Paisley Dimmer in the near corner will be the one taking most of the serves, or most of the spikes for the Raiders in the moment. So the first point will go to the Cubs. Christensen back once again. And although it was blocked, the Raiders do pick up a point as Paisley Dimmer comes out and Ayla Dimmer comes in. Just catches the net. 2-1 in favor of the Cubs. Now Aiken, too high, too deep. 3-1. But this one's good from Eliza Westrom, as they're only down by 1, 3-2. Refs blow a stoppage. Let's wait for a loose, untied shoe to be fixed. And the Cubs will pick up that point as they keep the lead. Aiken, hard hit ball. Manning tries her best to keep it in play, but she can't quite keep that control as that one is sent into the stands. So Britton Sheets will serve for the Raiders. And that one is way over the out-of-bounds line, as it's now tied 4-4. And another one for the Raiders as they take their first lead. Blocked. Off the tip. Caden by. A try of her own. And it goes. So 6-4. And an ace for the Raiders. And timeout, Alcester-Hudson Cubs will take one as well from the Gayville-Volin Raiders on YouTube.
Wait. Toby's Lounge has wings?
Yep, wings.
I thought it was roasted chicken.
Well, yes, they still have the best roasted chicken in the universe, but they also have big, juicy, saucy wings. Only 71 cents each on both Mondays and Thursdays. Toby's Lounge also has 7-ounce burgers that have won Burger Battle. Happy hour starts every day at 5, beers for only $2. Check out tobyslounge.com or find Toby's Lounge on Facebook for all the daily specials. Toby's Lounge open 11 to 9 every day.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in South Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the SDHSAA.
As we cut back into the action, nothing has happened. Just missed the serve. A little, what looked to be net interference. It was quickly assumed it was Gayville's point. The rest seem to be undeciding, and now bring it together to talk it out. So it will stay point Raiders. It looked like it was going to be quickly changed to point Cubs, but they got things ironed out. I guess it doesn't matter too much as that serve goes into the net by Britton Sheets. So it will stay a 2-point set, 7-5, as the Cubs are now the ones with the serve. And that one doinked over the net by Jolie Westrom to give the ball a nice little bounce as Ayla Dimmer now goes out and her counterpart, Paisley Dimmer, is subbed in. Aiken is the one that serves. And it looks like it doesn't get back over the net, so point Raiders, 9-5 in favor of the Raiders. Almost a heads-up play from Paxton Moeller. As she can't get the dig, though, and the Raiders will claim the point regardless. A little miss-hit from the Cubs. So back-to-back misplays will bring the lead to 6 in favor of the Raiders. And now Caden by. It is blocked, but straight into the net as the ball gets caught up in there. So By will pick up the point for the Raiders, 12-5 after that short little volley. And now Paisley Dimmer, a kill of her own. One of many from the freshman. As a quick little tip is what it looked like to me from Paisley Dimmer again, extending the lead once more to 9, and Aiken is still serving. That one does go out, as all hot streaks are now eventually cool off. The Cubs will finally score once again, 14-16 in favor of the Raiders. That one should have been left alone, as that it was for sure going out. It doesn't matter, though, as the Cubs will pick up and respond with another point. And Jolie Westrom just couldn't make the save there. So the Cubs continue to pick up points. Connie Hathco is the one serving, as she will get subbed out in favor of number 7, Emma Solberg, who is quickly turned around for the libero, Jenna Manning. A flurry of substitutions for the Cubs. The Raiders will still pick up the point, 15-8. Caden By is serving. As another substitution for the Cubs, Paxton Moeller coming out, Emily Winquist coming in. It looked to be, as I try to figure it out, more than 3 hits from the Raiders or a double hit. So the Cubs do pick up the point, 15-9. Hard hit ball. Nice dig from Sheets. As a quick little tip over from Dimmer, Paisley Dimmer, will fall through. 16-9. And Jolie Westrom is back to serve. And a little miscommunication from the Cubs will give Jolie Westrom an ace in this crucial third set. Soft hit ball turns into a Raider miscommunication of their own. So Emily Winquist picks up a kill. Jaylee Christensen will serve for the Cubs. As Eliza Westrom will save the Raider point. Paisley Dimmer comes off. Ayla Dimmer comes on. So that means Ayla Dimmer will be the one serving. As also coming on for the Raiders is Kendra Beek. Nice dig from Manning. Almost a miss hit from Westrom, but she keeps it in play. Big save from Aiken as Hoxing almost put it into the net. And hard hit ball from Aiken. 20-10 is the score. The Cubs do elect to take another timeout. We'll take a timeout and step aside as well from the Gayville-Volin Raiders on YouTube.
Wait. Toby's Lounge has wings?
Yep, wings.
I thought it was roasted chicken.
Well, yes, they still have the best roasted chicken in the universe, but they also have big, juicy, saucy wings. Only 71 cents each on both Mondays and Thursdays. Toby's Lounge also has 7-ounce burgers that have won Burger Battle. Happy hour starts every day at 5, beers for only $2. Check out tobyslounge.com or find Toby's Lounge on Facebook for all the daily specials. Toby's Lounge open 11 to 9 every day.
And we are back with the latter half of this third set in favor of the Raiders, as they only need 5 more points to win. Ayla Dimmer is back to serve. Wild hit from Taylor Hoxing to keep the ball alive, as the Cubs can't manage to save the return. Looking ahead, I know I've mentioned this earlier, but looking ahead, if things continue as they do, and Gayville does win this set, and hard hit ball from Aiken, 22-10, Gayville-Volin will advance to the third and final round of the Region 4B bracket, where they'll face either Centerville or Trip Delmont Armor. We do not have results of that game quite yet. I can imagine it's close. So Thursday night, we'll be back here in Gayville-Volin as the Raiders need 2 more to win it. As they pick up one of them too. So the Trip Delmont Armor Centerville game is going into a 4-set. Trip Delmont Armor is up 2-1. That game is being played in Centerville. So 1 more point for the Raiders. Ayla Dimming back to serve. Ayla Dimmer, excuse me. And blocked out of bounds. So the Cubs aren't done yet. 24-11. Manning back for the Cubs. Keep this thing alive. Hard hit ball from Eliza Westrom. It is saved. Kendra Beek with the set, and Maya Aiken with a nice tip over the net will seal the deal. The Gayville-Volin Raiders do handily take this one after a rusty, rough start in the first set. They quickly found their groove and will move on to the final round and 1 game away from the Sweet 16. We'll take a quick commercial break and be back to wrap things up here from the Gayville-Volin Raiders on YouTube.
Hey, it's Paula here at the Hayshed in Gayville, home of the half-pound burger and homemade onion rings. You know, there's nothing better than wrapping your mouth around a mouth-watering, big, juicy, medium, hand-pattied homemade burger. And the Hayshed in Gayville has just that burger for you. Grab some homemade onion rings or fries to go along with that mouth-watering burger. Wash it all down with that favorite beverage, and all this goodness is at the Hayshed in Gayville, where we have good friends, good food, good times, and everything is homemade.
But if you look, it's Des Moines that the votes are coming in from. So that's a big city where all the rural places have it. But that one's going to be really close.
Rev up your engines. We're going to a Raiders game. Jaeger Diesel in Vermilion is there to fuel your passion to get you on the road. Tired of breakdowns slowing you down? Say goodbye to all those worries. The expert team at Jaeger Diesel will ensure your diesel runs smoother and stronger than ever. From routine maintenance to complex repairs, they have you covered. With top-notch service and unbeatable prices, you'll be on the road in no time. Jaeger Diesel, where performance meets precision. Heading out on the road or needing a quick pick-me-up? Head on over to Flatlanders in Gayville, where convenience meets quality in every aisle. Whether you're craving a snack on the go or the delicious roasted chicken, Flatlanders has you covered. From freshly brewed coffee to the ice-cold beverages, the friendly staff are there to serve you with a friendly smile and a helping hand. Swing on over to Flatlanders and experience the convenience you deserve. Flatlanders Convenience Store, your one-stop shop for everything convenient.
And we're back here in Gayville to wrap things up. Gayville takes the dominating win after a slow start in the beginning. It looked like Alcester-Hudson was going to put up the fight that they came to give, but the Raiders quickly found their groove and got things rolling towards the end of the first set to take a sizable 6-point win. It was a lot closer than that 6-point win, but that momentum from the end carried on to the second and carried on to the third. In the second set, the Raiders did start out with a 6-0 run and just blew the train off the tracks as a run of domination soon followed into the end of the second and third. So as I mentioned, before the true end of the game, Gayville will play here Thursday night against either number 4 Centerville or number 5 Trip Delmont Armor. Trip Delmont Armor is currently winning 2-1 over Centerville as they are in their fourth set. So we'll see what happens and who Gayville has to play later tonight. On the other side, the two matchups that matter on the other side of the bracket, neither Gayville won't have to play them other two teams, or either the winner of them either two teams that win, as they only need to win one more to get to the SODAC 16. But it is something to keep an eye on. Parkston did beat number 10 Irene Wakanda 3-0. And number 3 Menno has a 2-1 lead over number 6 Freeman. Again, Gayville will neither have to play any of them 4 teams to get into the SODAC 16, but they will have to play either Centerville or Trip Delmont Armor. For the SODAC 16, things will be restructured, reseeded, and opponents will be played out from there. As normally I have predictions for that, but I don't have any at this time on who people will have to play. So we'll have to come back on Thursday and see the possibilities of that. But I'll wrap things up. I'll quit talking and let you guys have a blessed night. It's been a pleasure. I'm Gage Ravellette. Alongside me on the computer is Tristan Nelson. Thank you once again for joining me, and good night.